welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be listening to Bon Jovi for the first time. This is their song called Livin on a Prayer, and obviously I don't live under a rock. I've always been conscious of their existence. I know Bon Jovi is like a mega extra hipper superstar, but I just never came in contact with their music. They've never been introduced to me. All I know is that they are a rock band, and honestly I didn't even know they were a band. I just found out when I googled them. I always thought Bon Jovi was just a man, and it's John Bon Jovi, but apparently the band is also named Bon Jovi. I don't think I find that quite enough in bands where they're named after a certain member. But I've seen funny videos on the internet where Bon Jovi would meet women and they would just faint at the simple sight of him. So I guess he was like this big idol back then, and still is, because these videos happen nowadays. So that makes me very curious to see what is about their music that makes it so special. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to subscribe. I'm super excited to check it out, so let's go ahead! Today I've literally had the worst day of the year, probably one of the worst days I've ever had in my life. So I have an expectation for this song to cheer me up. Okay, let's go. Is that John Bon Jovi singing? Wow, I've always wondered, because honestly the only thing that I know about him, this sounds very Gen Z, Gen X, but the only thing I know about him is that his son is married to Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. So I always knew about him, but I was so curious to see why he's so famous and special. And his voice, that makes me so curious. Like a story.
Tommy used to work on the docks. Union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. It's tough. So tough.
The grit.
Sheena works the diner all day, working for her man. She brings home her bed for love.
Bro, no way! No way! Bro, I was just gonna say, this feels like a love story from like two sides. The man and the woman, it's like describing something that happened. And then, what is up with this chorus? This is like one of the best made, most beautiful choruses I've ever heard in my life. And listening to this chorus, I forgot it was about love, because it gave me this hopeful spirit, like uplifting, like hopeful. Wow. Wow! No way! Where was this hidden gem hiding? That is crazy.
She says we gotta hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll get
I gotta say the chorus almost feels like an entire other song. It's like I'm super locked in this story about Gina and her boyfriend, and then the chorus starts and I completely forget about them, and I'm so focused and attracted to the chorus. I'm super curious how this would sound live because the power in his voice is insane, and I'm also hearing some back vocals. Like, this is so futuristic.
We gotta hold on to what we got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Living on a we gotta hold on, ready or not. You live for the fight when that's all that you got. Oh, halfway there.
Where are you going? Son, where are you going with that key change? Bro, just when you think he couldn't get any higher, he does. Oh my god, this man does deserve his extra mega famous superstar status. And also his band members, like, have you heard those drums and that guitar? Of course you did, you cannot miss them.
Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear. Living on a prayer. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear.
That voice almost sounds as high as a woman. Like, I have no idea if this band has a woman, but if they don't, that is an insane range.
Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear. Living on a prayer. Halfway there.
Damn, bro, not even a cooldown. They just end us with the chorus. Like, we need a cooldown, like at the gym. You can't just end things off after a lift. Oh wow, I gotta say that was one of the craziest songs I've ever heard, probably. Like, it reminds me of the first time I ever heard Queen or Metallica. It's just something that I will forever remember. Yeah, now I am aware of the grandiose thing that this band is, and if you guys want, I will check out more because this was like one of the most enjoyable parts of my week so far. I gotta say, one of the things that shocked me the most was that at the last part, at almost the end, they had an insane key change. Like, how is that even able? How is John able to sing that live? I imagine with like being older, it gets harder for him to do that, but still being able to hit those notes once in a lifetime is pretty impressive too. Also, I like how they don't just jump from the verse to the chorus, they also have a little pre-chorus and then that very exhilarating, uplifting chorus, like you wouldn't expect it. When he says, we gotta hold on to what we've got, and then completely shifts the spirit and shifts between this romantic, low-key, tragic story, I want to say. Like, it wasn't the happiest couple story I've ever heard, but by the chorus you completely forget about them and just focus on what he's saying in the chorus. It's like very crazy how the mind works and how sounds can get into your head and mess with you. Like, I've heard, I think 2 or 3 songs from AC/DC that played live created this insane energy and power throughout the audience. It's like they were connected by the spirit and by the singing together. Imagine this song, like, bro, there are musicians and then there are legends that manage to completely control the way a person feels when listening to their song. And I gotta say, I had the worst day today and this actually made my day better, and I didn't think that would be possible. So that is the power of music, I guess. You know, for me, always the start, the 4 days of the week are always the hardest. There's so many things are going on that I have to do, and today sucked especially. And sometimes I might not want to record, but putting myself at this desk and giving it a chance, I don't know, man, just does something, changes things in my brain. I just feel happy right now. So thank you, Bon Jovi, and thank you, John Bon Jovi. This was incredible. Let me know how you guys feel about this band. I don't know, I've not gotten many recommendations, many suggestions for this band. Maybe you thought it was impossible for me to never hear them, but here we are. So don't hesitate recommending me things in the comments, and I'll give them a try. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!